A very good morning to one and all. How are you? Hope you all are fine and stay fit at your place. Now, today we are here with our revision video from chapter number 1 to chapter number 5. Okay, so in this video we are going to learn important facts related to your exam. Okay, so let's begin our first topic. Students, this one is our revision video for grade 8 from chapter number 1 to 5. Okay. So here first we have to start with our first chapter, that is computer networking. Okay, so first we have to discuss what is networking. As we know that a networking can be defined as the interconnection of two or more than two computers for sharing the resource, data or information, and it also used to provide the security on them. Okay, so basically networking concept means connecting two or more than two computers with each other or with together in order to share the data or the information or resource. Okay, here you have seen in the figure, here number of systems are connected with each other and only one printer is the resource that is to be shared. Okay, now the next is we have different type of computer network. Okay, so we have number of type of networks. Number 1 LAN, number 2 MAN, number 3 WAN, and number 4 PAN. Okay, so first we have to learn about the PAN. PAN means personal area network. This type of network is used to provide the connectivity to the devices like the printers, scanners, cell phones, PDA and tablets. Okay, its range is just up to 5 to 10 meters only. The next is LAN. Okay, LAN means local area network. It is a type of network in which two or more than two computers and peripheral devices spread within a small geographical area. Okay, like a room, office. Its range is up to 0 to 10 kilometers. Okay, the next one is MAN. MAN stands for Metropolitan Area Network. It is a larger network as compared to the LAN. Basically, it covers to a metro city. Okay, and it ranges from 10 to 50 kilometers. Okay, hope you all are clear with this MAN. The best example of MAN is cable TV network spread across your city. Okay, the last one is WAN, that is wide area network. This type of network covers a large geographical area. Okay, across the country or the continent. Okay, WAN is generally established by the large organization having offices spread across the country or in different countries. Okay, now our next topic is different types of networking devices. We have number of networking devices. Some of these are hub, switch, router, NIC, that is network interface card, and next one is connector. Okay, so let me discuss it. Number 1 is hub. Basically, hub refers to a hardware device. Hub is a hardware device that enables multiple devices or connections to connect to a computer. Okay, means it is a central hardware device. It manages the flow of data. Okay, the next is switch. A switch is just like the hub. It is a central hardware device that manages the flow of information among the PCs and devices connected to it. Okay, the next is router. What is a router? A router is a networking device that forwards the data packet between the computer networks. Okay, one main task of router is to find out the best route or best path to transfer the data packet from one source to another destination. Okay, the next is transmission medias. So what are the transmission medias? Basically, transmission medias are the medias, or these are the communication channels through which the data or the information can be transferred from one network to another network or from one device to another device. Okay, basically there are two type of transmission medias. Number 1 wired medias and number 2 is wireless medias. Okay, wired medias are also known as the guided medias and wireless medias are also known as the unguided medias. Hope you all are clear with this. The next is charts in MS Excel. Okay, so first let me discuss about what is a chart. As we all know that a chart is a pictorial representation of any numeric data. that can be arranged in the form of rows and columns. Okay, means it is the pictorial or the diagrammatic representation of any data. Okay, that can be arranged in the form of row and columns. It is often called a graph. We can also say that a chart is a type of graph. It is a powerful tool that allows us to visually display the data in the variety of different chart formats such as bar, pie, line chart, area chart, donut chart, scatter chart, surface and radar charts. Okay. Now we will discuss about all the terms: pie chart, bar chart, column chart, area, line, scatter, donut and radar charts. These are different type of chart that we are used in our Excel. Okay. So some of the important charts are: number 1, pie chart. What is a pie chart? A pie chart represents the distribution or proportion of each data. Means if we want to distribute the data or the proportion of each data, then we will use the pie chart. Okay. A pie chart displays one series of data. A data series is a row or a column. Okay. Means unlike the other charts, a pie chart is used to plot single data series to represent the proportional size of individual data item over the whole. Okay. The next is bar chart. What is a bar chart now? A bar chart or a bar graph. We will also say that a bar chart is a bar graph. It is chart that represents the categorical data and compares two or more values with rectangular or the vertical bars. Means a bar chart contains both rectangular or the vertical bars. Okay. The bar chart is just like a column chart. Okay. It is used to compare two or more values, except that in bar chart categories are organized vertically. Means here categories can be organized in vertically order along the x-axis and their values are plotted horizontally along with the x-axis. Okay. The next is line chart. Line chart represents the changing trends in the data values at the equal time interval. Means it is very effective in displaying the trends. Means trends over a period of time. The vertical axis always displays the numerical data. Here you can see this one is the horizontal and this one is the vertical series. Okay. The vertical series always displays the numeric data, while the x-axis, here this one is the x-axis and this one is the y-axis. X-axis indicates the other related factors of line chart. Okay. It can be shown with the markers in the shape of a circle, square or other formats. Means we can show it in the form of circles, squares or other formats. Okay. Hope you all are clear with the line chart. Our next chart is the area chart. Area charts are very similar to the line chart. As you have seen the line chart, here we can define our data with the help of the lines or the symbols. So in same the area chart, it is just similar to the line chart. It is used to emphasize the magnitude of change in data over a period of time. Okay. Means it is just like the line chart. Okay. It is used to emphasize the magnitude of change in data over a period of time. But in this, each data series is plotted to show the relationship of that part to be whole. Means here we can also see the relationship of that part to be as whole. Okay. Here you have seen the magnitude of change in data over a period of time. Okay. In the figure. Now the next chart is column chart. What a column chart is? Column chart are the effective for the comparison of at least one set of data points. Means it is used to compare the values of two or more data series in the same category. Means if we have the same category, then we can use the column chart. Okay. In this, the category values are organized horizontally across the x-axis. Here you have seen the categories values are organized in the x-axis, whereas the corresponding data values are placed vertically. Okay. Here you have seen the data values are placed vertically across the y-axis. Okay. the next topic is MS Excel database. Okay, so first we have to learn what a database is. A database is a collection of information that is organized so that it can be easily accessed, managed and updated. Means it is a structured information organized in the form of row and columns in such a way that the required piece of information can be quickly retrieved from it. Okay, so it is called the database. Basically, the data that is stored in a row is called the record. This one is the main point. The data that is stored in a row is called the record because it contains the information about a particular person or number of persons, while the information stored in a column is called the fields. A field is a bar that contains the information. Okay. Here our first topic is sorting. So what is sorting here? A sorting is the process of rearranging the records on the basis of a particular field, either in ascending order or in descending order. Means if we want to rearrange the record in our sheet, then we will use the sorting process. Suppose we have a data sheet and we want to arrange it in ascending order like this, A, B, C, I, M. Okay, then we will use the ascending order. If I want to arrange it in like just reverse of this, then I will use the descending order here. Okay, for this we have to select the sort option. Okay, under the data tab. Now the next is filtering process. So what is a filter here? Basically, filtering data in MS Access refers to displaying only the rows that meets the certain conditions. Means it is also known as the auto filter. It allows us to view the specific rows in an Excel spreadsheet, okay, while hiding the other rows. Means if we have number of data, if we have a list of number of data that contains the number of data about the students and we want to see a particular record, then we will use the filter option. Okay, basically it extracts the record in a database. So this feature is found under the data tab. Okay, so hope you all are clear with this. Now the next is data validation. What is the validation here? Data validation feature help us to control what can be entered in your worksheet. Means whatever we want to enter in our worksheet, that can be controlled by the data validation feature. Means data validation in Excel to make sure that user enters certain value in a cell. Let's take an example. If you want to restrict the number of digit in the phone number column, means if we have a phone number column and we want to enter the phone number of any particular person, then we will also apply a restriction that the user cannot enter the digit more than 10. Okay, that is from 0 to 9. The digit is between 0 to 9, but the number should be of 10 digit. Okay, as we all know that the phone number must contain only 10 digits. Okay, so we can apply the data validation feature here. Okay, the next is introduction to Microsoft Access. So before going to start, first we have to discuss what is Microsoft Access. So Microsoft Access or MS Access is a database management software. Okay, it is a part of Microsoft Office which is developed by the Microsoft Corporation. MS Access is a RDBMS software, means Relational Database Management System software, that is designed to store the amount of data in rows and columns or in tabular format. Same here, the row contains the records and the column contains the fields. Okay, so as we know that a database is an organized collection of data or the structured set of related data. Okay, so we have 3 database access objects. Number 1, table. Number 2, form. Number 3, queries. And number 4, reports. So here we will learn about all these one by one. Number 1 is table here. So what is a table? Basically, as we know that a table is the combination of row and columns. So MS Excel tables are the key objects in Access file as they contain the data that is stored in the database. Okay, so tables are made up of row and columns. Tables are made up of row and columns that allows for direct entry into their grids. Basically, the intersection of row and column makes a cell, and that cells are known as the grids. Okay, here rows represent the complete information of the data items are called the records, whereas the columns are called the fields. Okay, here you have seen in the figure that this one is the table, these are the fields. Okay, and these are the records of that fields. Clear? Now the next topic is query. So what a query is? A query can either be a request for data result from your database, or for an action or the data, or for both. Okay, a query can give to an answer to a simple question, perform calculations, combine the data from different tables, add changes, or delete data from a database. Basically, the query represents the information from the tables that satisfy the certain conditions. Suppose if we want to perform any operation, then we will use the query, or we can apply any conditions to the query also. Okay, now the next is forms. So what are the forms? As we discussed in our previous session, that a form is also known as the front end. Okay, it is an interactive phase which allows the user to enter the data. So here a form is a database object that you can use to enter, edit, or displace the data from a table or a query. Okay, so you can use form to control access to your data, such as which fields of data are to be displayed. Okay, let's take an example. When we go to bank to withdraw or deposit the money, we fill up a form to enter details like our number account, our name of account, our number, and the amount. Okay, and hand it over to the concerned person. That person enters the detail in register or feeds it into the computer and completes the transaction. Okay, same in that case when you fill up your admission form, when you are completing your Google form for your school exams at all. Okay, so these are the example of your form. Here this one is the customer form. Here you have to mention the customer ID, name, contact number, contact title, city, as same as you have filled the Facebook form to create a new ID, Gmail form to create a new ID. Okay, now the next topic is report. What is a report? Basically, a report consists of information, or it is a summarizing of information that is pulled from tables or queries. Okay, as well as information that is stored with the report design, such as labels, headings, and the graphics. Okay, so basically a report is the summarizing information of any database or of any table. Okay, it can be created by using the designs, labels, and fields, headings of that particular table. Okay, so just like other database object, Access provide many convenient method for designing the reports. Like using the report wizard, we can use, or we can create the report also. Okay, so here you have seen a simple example of report. This one is the summarizing, or this one is the summary of your report. Okay, here you have to see the ID, payment method, and the status. Okay, that's all about today's video. If you have any query, any doubt related to the video, then you can drop a message in the drop box and contact me. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.